You ready?
Ready.
All right, YouTube family, back with another one, man. Another person that needs no introduction in essay.
Ravi Naidoo, and come from Durban. Pansi Gakasin.
Okay. Hey, very nice to meet you, brother. All right, so tell us just give us a brief on your story, brother. What brought you here to Skeem GP?
Okay, I spent 6 years on death row.
Okay.
I was originally sentenced to death at the age of 23.
Wow.
At 38 years, I was a leader of the Phoenix 5 gang.
Okay.
Drug dealer, gang leader. We went on a rampage and were involved for murders, attempted murders, robbery, rape, indecent assault. And, standing before the judge, arrogance. And the judge said, give me one reason why I must not kill you. I said, well, I never begged in my life.
He threatened to kill you.
I never, yes, it was 1987.
Okay, yeah.
That was the whole apartheid area. So the judge sentenced me to death at 38 years. I was going to hang by my neck till I was dead.
Okay, so today, brother, I'm standing next to a distinguished young man. So I want to ask, okay, what brought you from, before you became the person that you are today, what inspired you to make the decisions you made in the past? How did you get on death row at 23 years old?
Leader of the Phoenix 5 gang.
Okay. How old were you when that started?
I was 23 years old.
Wait, when did you start with the gangs though?
Hey, from an early age.
Yeah?
Yeah, high school dropouts.
High school, okay.
Joined the gangs, looking for fame, looking for fortune, and found it on the wrong way.
Yeah.
And, I spent 6 years on death row. I lost all my appeals after 2 months. And they measured my neck, my height, and they were planning to hang me.
They measured your neck for the noose?
Yes, for the noose.
Wow, that's crazy. I've never heard that.
Yes. And on death row, when you lose all your appeals, they give you 7 days notice of execution. So in other words, in 7 days' time...
We're going to kill you in 7 days?
Yeah, they're going to kill you in 7 days' time.
Wow. And this is all at 23 years old?
At 23 years old.
Okay, and how much time did you say you did?
25 years full in prison.
You did the whole 25 years?
Yes, true. Yeah.
That's crazy, man. You barely look 30, brother.
Yes, five presidents changed before I could be released from prison.
That's crazy. How long have you been home?
For the last 12 years now.
For the last 12 years,
yes,
okay. So what's the last 12 years been like? How was rehabilitation and re-entering society? Was it a smooth transition?
After 18 years in prison, I changed my life. I've given my life to the Lord Jesus Christ.
In prison?
In prison.
Amazing.
I started to study. I've got 3 diplomas coming out of prison. I've got a diploma in teaching, a diploma in business management, a diploma in electrical engineering.
Yeah.
And I studied catering, home decoration, furniture production, reupholstering.
Amazing.
A diploma in theology as well. So that was.
This is all in prison.
Yes, that was my inspiration. That being a high school dropout.
Yeah.
And coming back and changing my life. So I can stand in front of thousands of children today, in school.
Tell them
I've been
story.
In the last 24 months to 29 schools.
Yeah.
And I motivate young kids that education is important.
Yeah.
Nothing stretches the mind like education. So.
Yeah. Okay, so obviously, for you to make the decision that you made, there were circumstances that implemented that, right?
Okay, in prison, I was one of the biggest drug dealers in prison.
Yeah.
I was a judge in the 26 gang. That's 8 stars.
I've heard about the 26s.
Yes, I've been to 5 prisons in the country.
Yeah.
Always involved in gang activity, in drug dealing. There come a time in your life when you decide, you're getting older, you mature, you're thinking straight. And, I was going to die in prison.
Yeah.
Because I was doing a life sentence at 38 years. There was no chance of parole.
Yeah.
So by me changing my mindset, having a different look on life, helped me to be released from prison.
So how was your departure from the gang? Because we hear these stories about gangs where you don't leave unless you leave in a casket. So did you just say, okay guys, I'm done, I'm hanging up my glove or whatever the case is? Like, how did you leave?
No. Leaving the gang is like putting your head on the block and saying, you know what, chop it off, you see?
Yeah.
So I've been stabbed a couple of times.
Okay.
As well.
During you trying to exit?
Yes.
Or depart from the gang,
And the thing is, when you can't leave the gang.
Yeah.
They say there's no dustbin to throw your medals.
You leave in a casket, right?
Yes. But the thing is, I attribute my release from the gang is only to God.
You should have died on your way out. Is that what you're saying?
Definitely.
That's amazing. Okay.
When you enter the gangs, they say there's there's no mother, there's no father,
Yeah.
and you're gonna die where we die.
Yeah.
So there's no dustbin to throw
So
your
when-
medals away. So
When you joined the gang, where was mom and dad in your situation as a kid? When you made that decision to say, "Hey, I'm gonna be with this gang," where was mom and dad at that point?
no, they were always there.
They were always
You know,
there.
they always gave us good morals. They
Yeah.
taught us the best they could.
I'm glad you said that because I know there's stories like that. Like not every child comes from a one-parent home. Some people actually come from good homes, right?
Yeah,
Some gang members,
definitely. It's I think it's the choices we make.
Yeah.
You know, we look at gangs and we look at drug dealing and we think this is glamorous
Yeah.
a lifestyle, you know, because they're wearing nice clothes or maybe driving nice cars, you see. But the truth is, these are demons trying to kill you at your young age,
Yeah. And you overcame that.
and I overcame.
So you seem very fulfilled. You've been smiling this whole time. So tell me, like, what brings you fulfillment today? Is it a family? What's your situation like now in the last 12 years?
When I came out of prison, I worked. I earned a lot of money,
Uh-huh.
and you know, one day I was sitting in the church and I heard this voice saying, you know what, I didn't save you for enjoying church. There are people dying out there. So what I did in Durban, we have a gangsters conference where we invite the drug dealers and the gangsters, you know. We try to motivate them to do the right thing.
Okay.
You know, I wish I had somebody in my young age sit me down and tell me, you know what, you are going the wrong way.
This
and,
is the way to go.
This is the way to go, you see. So this is my life now. You know, I work on the streets 3 times a day.
Amazing.
And 3 times a week, I could say. I visit schools. I've been to 59 cities in the country now in 24 months.
Wow.
You know, being invited to motivate and
Yeah.
speak to young people.
Yeah.
And tell them, you know what?
So you're making an
gangs-
impact in other countries too.
Yes,
That's
gangs,
amazing.
gangs are fake.
Yeah.
Drugs are fake. This is a fake life.
Yeah.
You know, you're
Yeah,
not your
yeah.
true self.
What's your future plans? What does the future look like for you, the organization that you're part of, and whatever goals that you have for the youth? What are your future plans?
No, I believe, you know, if you speak to people, you know, countries went to war because of the lack of communication.
Yeah.
So I believe if you speak to somebody and you know, we're speaking from experience. You know, we're telling them, you know what, you're allowed to make 100 mistakes in your lifetime, but I've made 50 for you. If you walk the path that I walked as a young man, the end result, I can see it. It's either life sentence in prison or the graveyard. So I believe that we have this time and this ability to inspire people to change their lives.
There it is. We end on that note. Thank you so much, brother. It was nice to meet you, man.
You too.
Good
God
luck on
bless you.
everything.
Thank you so much.
How did they go from you've got 7 days to live to we're not gonna kill you anymore?
You know, I've been 6 years on death row, and the country went into transition. You know, and I lost all my appeals. When you lose your appeals, they give you a notice of execution. You actually sign a death warrant saying you'll hang by your neck till you are dead. So I can truly say that God had a hand in my release. So I was pardoned by the state president.
Oh, wow. Was this during the transition from apartheid to where we are now? When you say the country was transitioning?
You know, I was just speaking to somebody the other day and I said, we had more discipline and more respect in prison than in our current situation.
Wow.
We've become an arrogant nation. We've become a dustbin society. We've become a vagabond society where we trust drugs and we trust gangs more than we trust ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, when I joined the gangs, you know,
It's like that in a lot of places, yeah.
you know, they tell you got no mother and you got no father. And I believe every religion tells you.
Yeah.
If you want to live long on the face of the earth, you got to honor your father and your mother.
And the gang is your father and your mother.
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
And when you recruit in the gangs, you're working for somebody. You become enslaved to somebody else. So a positive mindset, you know, and the right choices we make will help us live longer and better lives.
So how does a kid say no? How does a kid that, you know, because being in a gang seems cool to a kid. You know what I mean? There's a lot of peer pressure that comes with that. So how does a kid just say no to being one of the cool guys, one of the tough guys in the neighborhood. What other option is there that's enticing to that kid?
That's a false identity you have.
Yeah.
See, your true self. Look in the mirror and say, you know what? Am I the right role model for this person looking in the mirror? And if it's not, change the role model. You know, we can't go on what somebody else is saying. We have conscience, we have a heartbeat, we have feelings, we have emotions. You know, we can't go, you know, today, one day you're up, one day you're down, but go with your true self. Your true self, I believe, will help you live forward.
That was fire. This was amazing. Thank you so much, brother.
Oh.
Amazing.
Take care.
Thank you. You too, brother. That was amazing. Jeez.